A reset button, baked edition. Man, happy April 20th to those that celebrate this show does. I'm a little happy for this episode. As Tannen, it's our 420 episode. Tannen, happy holidays to you, my friend. It's been a minute. Last time you were with me, we shit all over Super Mario Wonder. Who knows if we got up our bag of tricks today. Tannen, where can everyone catch you?
Well, around here on the, good old reset button. I don't know, you're always expecting to catch it. I always say the same thing. I'm on Facebook. You should go check out our Facebook page. People should check out that Facebook. I will start adding shit to that.
Reset Button Podcast official Facebook group exists.
It does exist. And I believe that's where you could find me because honestly, I don't really do much of this stuff. I don't post on Instagram. I'm a lame man.
We yin and yang it. You hold down the Facebook and at Reset Button Pod on X or Twitter or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's me. So you get Tannen on Facebook answering things and me on X. So there you go. It's like the R. Kelly Jay-Z album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Facebook and the X.
That was the easiest plug we've ever had to do. So
I believe so.
I don't think I'm done though because 2 weeks ago I went to WrestleMania with your good friend, my actual brother Mike, on my channel, Slam Pigs Podcast, Pro Wrestling Channel on YouTube. Get over there, check it out, subscribe. The video went an hour and a half in total. I directed a fucking movie. Call me Scorsese now, but it was a blast. And last night just dropped first episode in forever on my horror movie podcast, Horrors of Hibiki, with our good buddy at Lawman's Kite Man, Sad Man Steve, or as we know him, TJ, looking at Thanksgiving. So check those out if you haven't, and please hit that red button right down below. Let's get right into it, because it's 420, and I don't know what we're going to talk about.
You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. I don't see very many people talk about Cheech and Chong today.
I see Cheech and Chong's fucking ad for their cruise shoes, like every other scroll to the point where I had to
really.
So I see plenty of Cheech and Chong.
I have never seen or heard about this cruise.
It's not really a cruise. It's just called Cruise Chews. They're edibles, like gummies.
Oh,
yeah. And Tommy Chong, I do follow him on Twitter. I mean, he's still chonging away, still him smoking pot. Fucking yeah.
I feel like when we were younger, we saw a lot more of them, especially around this time of year.
Right.
But I guess
they're a lot more risky.
They're older
to us as kids, because let's cut the shit. Where we're from, the state of Maryland, shit's completely changed because we hung out earlier today, legit, and we just walked in, bought some weed. Now go back to our teens, that would have blew our mind. That was the big old wet dream, right, Tannen?
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
And they were so sweet, so helpful. Like there wasn't a rat race. It wasn't. It was just a store. Imagine that.
Yeah. Well, my day. I'm glad that your day and experience went
I've been waiting for this one.
So just to fill in, I got to start the story out right.
Yeah.
So, in honor of 420, I got myself, a vape from our local dispensary, and I got it on Wednesday and went to hit it last night, and it wasn't hitting at all. And so I looked it up online and looked at the reviews, and people are like, "Oh yeah, don't buy those vapes. They're shitty. They crap out like 90% of the time." I'm like, "Fuck, I got a shitty crap out one." Yeah, it wasn't one of the lucky ones because I did read reviews where it's like, "Oh, it's the perfect vape" and stuff, and it's just like, "Fuck." It's a disposable vape. So anyway, the last night I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to go 420 without I knew the dispensary was going to be busy as shit on Saturday, so I lined up to pick up another vape today at the dispensary. I get to the dispensary. It was supposed to be a 9 a.m. pickup, and they still said they were preparing it as far as the tracker online went. And I just went ahead and went in, and the guy's like, "Oh, sorry," and he hands me this thing, and I walk out. And here's the thing with the dispensary. There's no returns. You walk out of the exit, that's it. You're stuck with what you got. Fuck you. And I I get to Travis's and I'm like, yeah, let's bust this out. I get it out and it's a fucking cartridge. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'll just go buy another vape pen. So we go to Smoker Friendly and get this vape pen. Well, it doesn't work with the cartridge. And I get online and you have to have a specific fucking vape for it. Then we went to the place where Travis bought some weed. I went ahead and bought some weed because I was tired of this vape shit, but still determined, and they were all out of the model vape that I needed. After I dropped you off, Travis, I get back to the house and I'm calling every vape shop in Hagerstown for this specific type of vape that I need for this cartridge. And all of them are fucking out of it. So I'm like, son of a bitch. And all of them are telling me, too, they're like, oh, yeah, you got a cartridge from Rise. They don't have those vapes, though. And they don't tell you that's a specific vape. I'm like, yeah, I fucking realized that. And so anyway, though, I finally get a hold of this one guy. It's one vape shop, and I go over there. This is where things get fun.
You took it to the streets.
So no, by the time I get home, like Lindsay's hungry and she's like, hey, like I'm ready, let's go get some dinner. And I'm like, what do you want to eat? And we went through that whole classic, like, I don't know. And finally I was just like, I made a decision. Because the vape shop that I called was right by an AT&T, and I was like, well, there we go. You know what? We're going to get AT&T, and I'm going to get this vape situation fixed.
For those who don't know, we have to explain. For those who don't
know, yes.
AT&T is like a chain, like a Wawa or a Sheetz.
Well, it's also, I mean, they have small gas stations too, but what they're famous for around here is their fried chicken, and their food is really good, to be honest with you. And it's cheap, so it's like just cool to pick up something and take it home. So I'm like, well, we'll go to the vape shop first. And so before we leave, Lindsay goes to the bathroom, and I get up and I'm like, I'm going to eat a gummy. So I eat a gummy because I'm just like, hey, like I at least want to feel it when we go and get our food, blah, blah, blah. So I ate this gummy. And for those of people listening too, I haven't really smoked in a very long time. So my tolerance is very low.
I can confirm this.
So anyway, though, I get this, I get the gummy, and, I grab the cartridge, and out the door we go. And so we get to the vape shop, and I give the guy the piece of paper that, they had written down, like, the type of vape that I needed. I slide it over to him, because I call him, I'm like, do you have this brand? He's like, yeah. So I get over there, and they do have the brand, but they don't have the type of vape. So he's going through with all these adapters and shit, trying to figure something out for me. And I'm looking in the case, and I find the only fucking vape that is compatible in the whole case. It's the very last one. It's pink, and I don't fucking care. And I'm like, yeah, that one right there. That's what I'm looking for. He's like, oh, he's like, I don't see how little. And he pops it in. He's like, oh, okay. And he was loading them into these other vapes, and it just wasn't. He's like, here, try it. And it wasn't pulling. Nothing was coming out. And no matter how hard, like, I drew on it and shit. So anyway, he hands me this fucking vape. He's like, here, go ahead, try this. I take it, and I mean, I'm like, I just start drawing hard on this thing, because at this point, like, I'm sick of going through all these different vapes. And I'm like, that one definitely should work. It looks like it should work. So I take it, and I mean, I hit it so fucking hard. And then I stand there, and I just start, all of this, like, vape smoke just comes bellowing out of my mouth and into the guy's face. And I start coughing like a madman, like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. And I'm like, instantly fucking, oh, he started laughing.
Good.
He was just like, oh, this is an experience you'll never forget.
So finally, you finished your story today.
Oh, no, yeah, well, it gets better. Because, I buy it. But also, yeah, they had all kinds of shit in there. Obviously, this guy, first I thought, man, this guy's going to be pissed, and he didn't care at all. And they had whippets in there, and I almost bought some whippets. I haven't had them in a while. Well, I completely forgot about the whippets, just gave the dude the money and, like, go walking out with Lindsay. We even get to the car, and I look at her, and I'm like, you want to go back to your apartment and get your car, which is stupid because AT&T's right there, but I'm just suddenly so stoned. And we pull up to a light, and then the light feels like it's taken like a fucking half an hour. I can see, like, what's up with this goddamn light. Lynn's is so hungry, and she's just like, she's getting, just kind of like aggravated with me because now at this point I am really fucking stoned and just I'm also paranoid all of a sudden too. We go into ACT, order our shit. We have to sit there for forever though because of course I have to get fried chicken gizzards. Whatever, don't knock them until you try them. You know, when we leave from there, now taking a left out of this ACT is tough because it's only one way. You got to take a right first. Then you're supposed to either take the U-turn or get on the interstate. I do neither because I'm all paranoid and I'm like, I don't know which way on the interstate to go. I don't know what
Are you
I'm
talking about
doing.
the AC&T by the mall?
No, by the outlet.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going down the road though, and I'm stuck in this right-hand turn. Well, the turn merges right in front of that Walmart there, and it's all kinds of traffic because this is like 6 o'clock in the evening, and so I have to like get over and merge over. Well, I merge over, but sure enough, it's a state trooper that lets me merge over in front of it. I'm just like I'm feeling like a teenager all over again. I'm going the wrong direction to home. My girlfriend's all aggravated. I'm all paranoid.
Please tell me that he didn't notice
Um,
you.
Oh no, he didn't pull us over. When we were going, he let me in between him and a Mustang, and then when the Mustang went to go take a left, he chose to follow the Mustang. So I was
Oh.
like, oh, cool. So, but yeah, I drove all the way down. I drove past, drove through St. James.
Drove by my
Drove all the
work.
way down. Yeah, drove all the way down to Lappins and fucking. This is big ass like trip. Thankfully, though, when we got back, I'm telling the dealer, I'm so sorry. I just want to take the safe way. I did not want to go through all that traffic in Sharpsburg again.
Wow.
We get home though, and you know what? That ACT was still fucking pumping hot, like it's hot as shit.
Unlike
So
the dipshit at the Royal Farms in New Jersey, I'm not letting that go for a while. And it's sour ass BO gravy. God damn, more for that on Slam Pigs. You want to hear about that? Because I'm sure Michael has a lot more to say on our next episode. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. I feel like the Boromir of this voyage. Say, like I was there for the beginning of it early this afternoon with Tannen when he was like, "Here, try this," and I pulled on it too. I'm like, "What the fuck? This isn't working. This doesn't fit." So I went to the first two shops with him. No go. He asked for assistance. So then Boromir got killed. I didn't get killed, but I wasn't there for Return of the King. So
yeah, I had to drop you off mid journey. you had a journey of your own to the grocery store.
was stopping by your mom's today. Was that like stopping by the Prancing Pony to talk to Gandalf for advice?
I would say so, like maybe. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Man. Well, I'm glad it worked
I
out. Now you know
I had
not
to
to go
retreat.
so harsh on that motherfucker. Now the question the listeners and I more so than anyone want to know is it pulling like a champ still?
I haven't tried it since then again
I think it should
because
be on air for the listeners.
yeah, watch me pulling it way too hard again and be like, oh, I'm not pulling
I don't think the
for a
listeners
while.
would mind. I think that's what they hope's going to
I
happen.
mean, hell, we even got Crumpy's Donuts this evening, and I've
I know,
already
like,
gone.
I mentioned it in the car, and then I go home and I do some stuff, and I check my phone, and I see like this chain reaction just because of our comment in the car, and our whole group
Yeah,
chats talk about some crumpies and meeting up. I'm like, oh damn, I wanted to
well,
go.
like, well, I didn't see Crooked there actually, but by the time we got there, like, they had already left. That's why I was asking him in the conversation, how long is the line? Because he said, man, this line is long. And I'm picturing Fosnock Day, like long, like all around the fucking block long. And I'm like, it's cold, it's wet. I don't know if we want to go. But then when he said it, he was like, they were, in like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, that's.
Those lines get in fast as shit. They got a good system. For those that don't know, we haven't talked about this since our last podcast. Last podcast, we talked about our buddy Crooked and his wife Feature just visiting, and that's how we got to play Wonder. Now, it feels like an eternity because now they've moved. We've helped them literally in real life. My wife and I lug their big bed up their steps, and you've helped them do some stuff. They live like fucking 3 miles away from me. I'm actually stopping by there Sunday to grab a controller. How crazy is it that as long as he's one of our first guests all the way back season 1, 2016, lives here now.
It's pretty nuts. By the way, I just hit that, just to let you know.
There it is. It's pulling like a champ. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Throw it, Dano.
Oh my god, though. This does hit.
But yeah, it was cool to cheap plug to Crooked's channel. It was cool for me to do a guest little let's play. I played some Wolverine Adamantium Rage. God, that game's terrible. But thank you for having me over there, Crooked. And look for way more collabs on all our channels now, since we all live in vicinity to each other in real life, which is crazy once again. Like I said, just did a show with TJ last night. Saw him at WrestleMania, so we can get TJ moved up here. And Colonel Fancy, Jim's only like 2 hours away. So, and Michael, my brother's here. We got quite the cast of characters.
Just make it all Hagerstown based.
It's a state of mind, man. State of mind. Should I cue that music video right now? Or...
Yeah, go ahead.
Here you go. Hagerstown, state of mind.
You can find me up on Prospect, down for whatever. Or rolling down Washington, but I'll be Franklin forever. Raising that Weston, yeah, you know her lane part. Cops tuck the vest in, cause on occasion things fall. Yeah, you in that hub, crossing over the other side of the tracks. All our train cars, soccer CD backs, the whole city be at the North versus South High School. A mascot be reppin' with a rifle, little high school. A German heritage, so big up to our German sis. August-Toberfest, Blues Fest, yeah, you heard of this. 30 down, 40 down, yeah, I'm just a small city kid, but let me tell you what this small city did. We the home of the very first Black Miss Maryland. So to you other bigger cities, man, that's embarrassing. We rebuilt Chase Street, we prime like the outlets. Buses come from out of town just to cop an outfit when you win.
Woof. And we're back. Now, that's our hometown, and it's as lame as that video was. It just depends. We're in one of those hometown. By the way, if you can't tell, no format. We haven't even done what you've been playing this week, which we'll do in a second, guys, I promise.
We had to do 420 stories first.
We're in one of those hometowns where, like any other hometown, there's areas, like, certain people shouldn't be, especially after certain times, and there's fine parts of it. And I'm lucky enough that my wife and I bought a house, but your girlfriend and yourself live in a complex. It's a fine part. It's a fine complex. It's no Washington Gardens or some shit like that. Shout out to Washington Gardens in Hagerstown, Maryland. But yeah, that music video has been an inside joke to Tannen and I. Isn't it crazy how many people we talk to that have lived here have no clue that video exists?
Yeah. Well, but there's a lot of people too that when you bring it up, they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." Some people forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, how could you forget about that? Like,
Like I said,
it's kind of aged though. I think it's time they make a sequel.
That they or we make a sequel.
Yeah, we should make a sequel.
Synthwave style. Since that's Tannen's new favorite genre of music, which I love because I love synthwave and I never thought you'd get into it. So that's awesome. I car with this guy one day, he's like, dude, it's like Sega Boss Battle music. I'm like, yeah, synthwave.
The funny thing is, though, is that like it's not the first time I've really gotten into it. I guess I'm picky and choosy.
Yeah.
But that like came up on my recommended for you Spotify. And I was, oh wait, no, that album didn't. No, I heard a song over a video, over fake leaked quote unquote footage of GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the songs off that album, and I was like, that sounds really cool. So that's how I tracked that down. But yeah, I've had synthwave a lot, like pop up in my recommended stuff. I think about 5 years ago, I got really into it. Yeah. The one summer, it was like the summer of synth.
That's not as cool as the summer of sin, but I'll take it.
Well, I like the idea of the summer of sin.
Tan, you can't see me, but clapping my hands, rubbing them together. It's time for my personal favorite part of our episode each time. What you been playing this week? Yep, Tannen, what you been playing?
Well, actually, so I went ahead and decided to replay the Wolfenstein games. And when I say replay, I've actually never finished any of them. You know, like New Order, like the newer ones. So I figured I'd start from the beginning with New Order, and then I got New Colossus now to get through, which oh my god, it was fucking brutal. But yeah, I'm playing through those. Not I beat New Order, but New Colossus not very far into that. Um, God, what else did I download? Just okay. So Game Pass put this game on called Harold Halibut. I don't know if you've heard of it,
No.
but when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, "Oh my god, this looks so cool!" So it's completely handmade, like clay animation puppets. And it is set up like one of those click around games because I don't know how else you could pull that off. Graphically, it's really good, but I don't know, the voice acting and just it's so bland that when I play it, I can't keep my eyes open. It looks beautiful, but yeah, um, just couldn't get past the I don't know, just the soft boringness of it.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, really this week, I mean, I've been kind of a lame-o, just with games. I mean, Wolfenstein New Order, that's the first game that I can actually say, like, oh yeah, I really sat down hardcore and in a few days, like, beat it. It's not like it's that long of a game. I mean, it's a first-person shooter, but, story-driven first-person shooters, I really do enjoy those. Like linear ones like that. It is fun. Um,
Can be.
you don't see very many of them these days, or very many good ones, I should say.
Exactly.
Like yeah, like Wolfenstein, like it's not focused on. There is no multiplayer. Nobody like is focused on that anyway. Like it's straight up like that's what it's supposed to be is the story. I don't know. I like the whole alternate history thing. So definitely enjoying those games. New Colossus, like I started that game on the Switch, but playing on the Xbox One is like so. Graphics don't make.
You're breaking up real quick. Hold on.
It's impressive what they did with it to put it on the Switch.
There we go.
But at the end of the day, oh my god, playing it on Xbox is definitely it's a whole different experience.
Nice.
Did it go out or something?
You just cut
You
out for
there?
a second, but it came right back in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Uh. Just trying to think. I don't know. I was thinking about picking up Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I never finished that game either. I liked it, but I never finished it. So
I never played it.
anyway,
Was that the one in Egypt?
yeah,
Yeah. No, that's Origins. Origins.
yeah.
I played the shit out of it, but the game crashed, and then every time I tried to reinstall it, there was some bug on it, so I never bothered to finish it. But it was pretty good, from what I remember. I love sliding down.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah,
I hate it when that happens, especially when you're into like a good game and it just does that bullshit. It's like, fuck, I don't want to go back to that.
yeah. I would just get really baked and just be like, whee, and slide down the top of the pyramid on my little blankie. You still hitting up the library, Tannen?
Yes, I am. I mean, right now I still have Street Fighter 6, which is, I mean,
What do you think of that?
I didn't know you've been playing that.
every time I try to get into it, they're like, make an avatar, do some bullshit. I'm like, I don't want to do that, but I just want to play the fucking game. Yeah, like I don't even want to play the storyline. Fuck the storyline. I just want to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
I was kind of the same way with Mortal Kombat. I mean, I did end up playing Mortal Kombat storyline, but God, that sucked. What a waste of fucking time.
Well,
That was
good news. Good news to our viewers. Long time coming. Here soon, as courtesy of our buddy Crooked, we'll be able to play now on the channel some fighting games with each other and some videos. Long time a coming. What's the first one you think we should dabble?
Hey, real quick, going
Yeah.
back to library. So it's done.
Oh, all right.
I also got Wario Move It,
Okay.
and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Would I buy it? No, but is it worth a library rental? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right on. Seems like any more games you got in this week?
No, that was about it.
On my
Played some,
end,
played. Oh, I did play some WWE 24 at work with one of the kids,
what'd you think?
and oh my god, Oof. I mean, I know I was playing, WWE 20 because I wanted to do that just to feel the shittiness of it, you know.
Yeah.
But man, 24 is fucking great. Oh my god, the customizable characters. It's just I love it. I want to get a copy of it.
Right on.
So,
I would wait
anyway,
to drop in
sorry.
price a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'll be $20 in 3 months.
By summer, easily. By midsummer.
Yeah.
Me, really, besides everything you guys have seen, the Toy Story games for this episode, and this just went up literally right before we recorded this tonight on the channel. I've been playing Gradius Generation, which is the Japanese version of Gradius Galaxies for GBA. I fucking love this game. Haven't played a good shmup in a while. Haven't been bit by the shmup bug, Tannen. I need that good kind of rage in my shmups. And this game delivers. Infinite continues. You can leave where you left off. And, your stage progression. Just fucking quality. There's so many... well, for one, graphically, musically, they knock it out of the fucking park for a handheld especially. And I'm really enjoying it. The difficulty's right where it should be. It's not too hard. It's not too easy. And when you die, it's your fucking fault. And it's slipped its way in to my top 10 all-time GBA games. And that's not an easy feat.
Really?
I love this game. From my opinion, it's the best shmup on the little system. Gradius Galaxies or Generation. Generation, the Japanese version I'm playing, it may be a little different. There may be an extra stage or less stage. But either way... there's no reason not to pick it up. I'm not quite sure what it's going for right now. Other than that, I've just been figure hunting, game hunting on the old Etsy and being irresponsible with me monies because I can. And just got Toxic Crusaders on NES arrived yesterday. Spent way too much on that. And I got a lot of six TMNT figures with 2 Casey Jones figures in it. One's going to you. And yeah. That's been about it, man. I'm Toy Story the fuck out. I'll tell you that. If you ever give me another Toy Story game again, I quit. Unless it's 3.
Speaking of toys, this Saturday and Sunday, we should go to this. You should come check this out with me. There's a toy show at the Valley Mall.
Another biggie we got to talk about. It's just came out. I've seen very little bad on it. A lot of I'd say pretty much 90% of my coworkers have already binged it all, and they weren't planning on it. Have you seen any of the brand new Fallout series?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Again, I watched the first episode. Oh my god, I love it.
I saw the first episode. I'm in. I was in by the trailer. We're in the day and age where a trailer, you got to be wary, right? You don't want to get those hopes up. But sometimes, rare as they are, those trailers come on like can't miss. This is fucking gonna be good.
Yeah. Yeah, and right away, with the way they did set the world on fire with it and just everything. Mm-hmm. That trailer fucking hit hard. But Jesus Christ, that first episode, the first 10 minutes of that episode,
yeah,
it just draws you right in,
I don't even think I think it's fair to say you don't have to be even have played the Fallout game, and that's what they're going for when they release the Witchers and shit. New fans.
and you don't have to be into the game. I watched the first episode with my mom; she fucking loved it.
And I am guilty all the time too of being that guy. Like when the Last of Us series or whatever was announced, I'm like, what's the point? I was that guy. Just play the game. But I get it. Some people just aren't into games. So
yeah, and they like the stories. I don't know. Mom watched me play. I had her sit with me and play the first Last of Us when I was hanging out with her a good bit. That was also when we played Red Dead together, and I made it an episodic thing for her.
Shot Tane in the picture right outside my work the other day is literally that driveway to the cannibal's house in Red Dead 2. Is that my work? Or Forrest Gump's driveway.
Oh, or Forrest Gump's. You're a Forrest Gump's driveway.
Hey, Forrest, I just want you to know that I love you. Gets on the bus.
Oh, man.
Two real quick things. Two real quick things that I showed you before we got on here. One is, it looks like a Yars Revenge sequel, Metroidvania style, though. That looks very interesting because Nintendo announced a bunch of indie games coming out soon.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. I would like to check that
I am a
out.
huge fan of Yars Revenge, the history behind it. One of my first game reviews ever was Yars Revenge for the 2600. And the game's been out for Android for a year, but fuck all that. Our buddy Crooked says it's not that good, but I'll be the judge of it because it's a roguelike. I can't just take people's words on roguelikes. I gotta play them. I'm sorry. It's just how I am. A TMNT fucking roguelike coming to the Switch console. I showed you the trailer before we on here. Here's the trailer.
Order up some pizza because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back on Nintendo Switch.
In their very first radical roguelike adventure, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo must travel through reality-bending portals to rescue their kidnapped master, Splinter.
With each run, you'll fend off the totally bogus Foot Clan while enhancing your abilities with power-ups. But no two runs are the same. Upgrade your turtle powers to grow stronger and shred through the story.
The four turtles each have their signature weapons and awesome abilities. For example, Donnie's attacks have more range, but Raph has a higher chance of dealing critical damage. After clearing each room, you get to choose from a variety of turtle powers to customize your moveset and create devastating combos. Don't get too attached though, because these powers reset when a run ends.
More customization options await back at your sewer home, where you can spend in-game currency you earned on your runs on permanent upgrades called artifacts. Pick the turtle and artifact that best suit your preferred playstyle.
Enjoy exploring iconic locations solo or jump online with up to 3 bodacious buds in co-op play. Your team of turtles can drop in and out whenever they want, making for a no-pressure play sesh. Get ready to fight the foot when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate launches as a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch this July.
And we're back. I'm in. I don't give a fuck. I've wanted this for so long.
I thought it looked really good. Like when you saw the trailer, I'd never heard of it before, but I don't pay attention to OS because I don't have an iPhone. So,
Yeah.
Why would I keep up with that?
But this tickles all my nerdy bones in one sitting, so I'm gonna jizz all over my Switch when I pop this in.
I'll be sure not to touch your Switch.
Or be in the vicinity of when I take it out of the case.
Yeah, right.
Is
I
it
got
game?
turtles. Okay, I'll see you in a couple hours.
It's a game of the week time, Tannen.
Is it game of the week time already?
I don't really know what else to talk about besides, yay, marijuana.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I am actually avoiding DC this weekend because it's the Cannabis Cup, and I just didn't feel like it's going to be crowded down in DC. I just wanted to go to the museums, but I think we'd have a mix between like a bunch of stoned people, a bunch of people protesting because we are in the midst of a war,
and a bunch of people,
and then a bunch of
good.
But then a bunch of stoned people protesting at that, and then all these other people on the other side of it that are anti-protesting, and then half of them are probably stoned, and I just don't want to be in all that.
Yeah, I just want to be stoned at work tomorrow.
I just no, not me, but I just want to be stoned at the Natural History Museum and be like, wow, look at that shark's mouth. That is big.
Like fucking Timeline Arcade. Just sit in the living room area, play Saturn.
Yeah. Hey, in September, and I brought it up to Liz, but she's like, that sounds like the Tannen and Travis adventure.
We'll set it up off air. Because I don't want to set up plans on here, then it falls through and the listeners get disappointed.
And then falls through, yeah. Because I was going to say, holy shit, it would make for a good episode.
I will say, like, I have noticed, and I'm sure you have too, like, I'm 40 now. You're about to hit it. If you haven't already, I think you're about to hit it, right?
Yeah, December.
So, weed now is just like such a, I don't want to say ritual, because that's a little, the word ritual is kind of extremish, but it's just weed. Whereas, like, in our late teens and early 20s, it's like, yo, weed's a personality. Fucking weed, everything. Well, weed, but weed, but
Yeah.
weed. Where now it's like a balance. And now if I'm high, like just smoking pot, I got to make sure I have nothing to fucking do for the rest of the day.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, me too.
But we were so opposite when we hung out in, like, high school and shit and we smoked pot. As soon as we, like, hit the bong and shit, like, all right, what do you guys want to do? Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the mall or some shit, man. Like,
What's
like,
the disconnect there? What do you think that is? And it can't just be age, right? It's got to be experiences of, it's just not worth it, right? It's waste of a buzz.
there are still people that are our age that are like that, but I don't know any of them.
They're called
but I know that
juggalos.
I didn't even know jugglers smoked weed though. I thought jugglers were straight edge.
No, just Jay and Silent Bob, and they still smoke pot. Jay and Silent Bob. Violent Jay and Shaggy 2 Dope. Oh my god. Now I got to see Jay and Silent Bob as fucking ICP. Holy shit.
I'm surprised Kevin Smith's never had that happen.
Right. But yeah, it's it ain't. I don't want to say it ain't what it used to be because I'm a huge advocate for it. I'm glad it's finally getting legalized. You know, moderation is the key to any kind of thing like that.
Yeah, it does beat like having to meet up with somebody at a specific time. Oh, shit's all different. All this other bullshit. And if I get caught with this, I could go to jail.
And I don't want to sound like reliant or like, you know, a crutch, but if it wasn't for marijuana, half of these episodes would never see the light of day because I do my best editing when I'm stoned. You know?
Yeah.
And if I'm not, I'll just like find an excuse to put it off. So I don't know. Smoking weed's fun. You should try it sometime, kids.
And it does motivate you, but I don't know. I also don't get totally motivated to like just get in the car and go and do something like we used to, you know?
Right.
What are we doing? We going for a long walk? We're gonna walk a lot
Now
in the hot summer sun. It's gonna be miserable. We're gonna love it.
Now it's like we're like sitting on my couch in the basement or something, all stoned, and all of a sudden, like, did you fucking hear that? What was that?
Yeah. Saturday, I didn't hear fucking shit.
That literally happened. You guys
what do you
were
want to get to eat?
No, you remember when you and Tej were in my basement and my dehumidifier like stopped and it beeped?
Oh yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck was that? It just happened with Gabe and then we're here too. The dehumidifier of death. Can we dox, speaking of the weed, how cool your mom is on air, or do you want not to? To an extent.
I mean, I don't think.
I'm not gonna put names.
Yeah, to a degree.
I have smoked so much pot with Tannen's mom. She is so chill. She is like the sweetest, unimposing, retired piano teacher. She played in a church, like just this sweet lady. And then you go over and she's just hitting that motherfucking pipe like a champ. And you're like, what is life? And throwing on some old Twilight Zone apps or Seven Brothers, Seven Wives or some old musical. Chilling with Tannen's mom, man. My God, what a woman. God bless your mom. I love your mom so much. And my mom's just come around to smoking more and more. Like, I've only smoked with her twice. She's the drinker, you know?
Yeah, we all have our things. I mean, up until recently, yeah, like I was, drinking, and I don't know. I woke up and was like, I don't like this anymore.
Well, you'd be so proud of me. I know if you were here in the office right now, you would hug me with this news. At WrestleMania 2 weeks ago, not only did I get Michael, I got TJ obliterated stoned, and they never smoked. Michael stoned is something because he'll be at the wrestling thing and you'll just see the stare in his eye while a match is going on. And I see little kid Michael in there all giddy. But was that the little pink lady vape again? Gotcha.
Yeah, for a second.
Let's just get down to it for it. You run out of long and we run out of time. Our game of the week you gave me last week. Unfortunately, Tannen, we were kind of rushed with time today and shit just didn't work out. We were going to get you to play Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue for PSX. I promise for this game of the week, times are changed. Like, Tannen's going to be over. We got 2 controllers now ready to do this shit. But this week, We had Toy Story for Game Boy, Toy Story Racer for PSX. I threw it in as an extra. And
Oh.
that was it.
Well, I can talk about the Buzz Lightyear game because I have played it on the N64.
Yeah,
And I know
that's
damn well, so I'm happy that I get to play the PSX version because that one, that 64 one, out of the water.
Go ahead.
So anyway, though, the N64 one, I rented that a couple of times, and I mean, without even having to look at it, I mean, of course, that 3D graphics is all kind of going to be the same. We had that polygonal stuff. I'm not really necessarily dissing the graphics; it's the physics. You're basically walking on the moon, and the N64 version too, the music chops up constantly. So there goes your rhythm of any kind while you're running around. And, when you have also a jump mechanic, you're on the fucking moon, and this patched up, sometimes platforms just disappear, but you still land on them world because it's the N64. The game is fucking horrendous. Terrible.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that the PS1 version, though there are long load times, it's way better. The physics is there. So I can't wait to get my hands on that to actually sit down and really play it. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, how was your Super Nintendo port of Toy Story to the Game Boy?
Fucking atrocious. My goodness. I mean, you guys saw it. By the way, almost 600 fucking views on that misery. It was just like the SNES one, but just literally in a vat of honey, slow. I did get pretty far. It's just when you have to ride the horse, it's impossible because the way that objects appear so fast, you don't have time to avoid them. And
yeah, well, it's also it's choppy. Again, you have the moon. The moon jumps.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he kind of jumped slow in the Super Nintendo version too.
I can't believe I'm going to say this.
But it was like a smooth
right. I don't know who that
fall.
was in the comments section, by the way, on that. But there's this guy I've never seen him before. Fucking loves the SNES version. He was getting mad at me. No, dude, that shit's a masterpiece. Is it? Is it though? Really? It's not. Come on, guy. I mean, to each his own, but a masterpiece? Toy Story SNES? Holy shit.
Nah.
That's a stretch, dude.
I mean, for its
Thanks
time,
for the views, but...
yeah. For its time, it was a lot of fun, getting the soldiers out of the bucket and all that bullshit. Yeah. And then there's the level 2 that was hard as tits, where you have to chase down the fucking moving truck. That's towards the end of the fucking game.
Let me ask you this,
Sid's room was a bitch, too.
Let me ask you this, too. Why the fuck are toys hurting you? Why are planes that are on... Not even Sid's toys hurt you in the movie. They're on your side. RC fucking hurts you. Planes and helicopters. It's all Andy's room. Woody's the boss of all these motherfuckers at their toy AA meetings. What's the dealio? And the other one, which I just kind of threw on, Toy Story Kart Racer. Imagine playing the most mediocre kart racer game, even a bad one, with no drift. None. That's that. That's what that's like. Don't even waste your time on that one, Tannen. That one was shocking. I thought maybe we'd have a little more quality control by kart racers by then. You know what I'm saying? Especially with an IP like that. Especially on, a PS1 or a PS2. Nope. Boy, was I fucking wrong. I'd rather play RC Pro-Am on NES any day.
I just thought of your game of the week.
Well, it's my turn, so...
Dude, I thought we gave each other a game of the week, though.
Well, that's never gone down like that. I don't know where you're getting that.
Oh, let's do this stuff. Okay, never mind. You go ahead.
You have to be a patient boy.
Yeah.
You get to give me the one on our next Wrestling Games episode that we promise is coming.
Yeah.
I'm not actually going to be a dick to us, though. Actually, I thought we deserved a little break today. Like the old McDonald's slogan from the 90s. You deserve your break today. You remember Richie Rich when he has got the McDonald's and the butler was like, Mr. Rich thought you deserved your break today.
Yes, I do remember that. What kind of asshole has a McDonald's in his house?
Rich. I want us to go back and just have a grandiose old fucking classic good time. Something that there's not a lot of bits about. Something that well-deserved break for us, the boys here at the Reset Button. I want us, Tannen, to go back and play the beloved, because we've never talked about it, shockingly, in all these years, Streets of Rage 2, our game of the week.
Okay.
And if you want,
All right, I
go
can do
Game
that.
Gear. Go Game Gear if you want, and I'll do the Sega version.
You want me to go Game Gear?
If you want. It's an option.
I can.
Okay.
I can. I have played the Game Gear version.
See, I'm not always this visceral, throbbing cock piece of shit. I do give good games, guys.
It does leave some room to be desired, though. The Game Gear version. I will play that. We could play Streets of Rage together because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's kind of what I'm hinting at. Because we're gonna have the controller by then, and yeah.
Do you want to know what I was going to suggest?
I do. Fuck it.
Because I'm fucking mean, man.
We can.
Well,
book,
you know, with
we can just book 2
April,
weeks ahead of time, and we'll already know what it
or you and I could sit down and just do commentary to it because we do have Star Wars Day right around the corner.
We got all of
Phantom Menace on PS1.
Oh my god, the platformer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was just playing that on my computer like last month. Done. So done.
We should do commentary to it.
Okay.
On May 4th. I'm off.
It's so bad. It's so frustrating. At the time, remember at the time though, you fired that shit up like, wow. And then you play it and you're like, oh. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
So next time we come back, hopefully our guest, our artist, our logo, Broken Optics, Rob, hope you feel better, man. Got some serious health issues going on. Our wrestling games episode and our game of the week for that, Star Wars Phantom Menace. Our game of the week next time, Streets of Rage 2. Gonna be a good time, unlike this time in the toy box. Tannen, one more time, Facebook it away.
Yeah. Come look at her Facebook. It's Reset Button with Tannen and Travis. I mean, come on.
How you doing?
Come on down. Like the page. Like the page.
And if you want all the updates for all new episodes, upcoming episodes, guests, special clips, funny flashback retro clips of everything Reset Button Podcast, follow me on Twitter/X at Reset Button Pod. If you're into pro wrestling, check out Slam Pigs Podcast on YouTube. Myself, my brother Michael, 2 schmucks, talking graps, and finally, horror movie aficionados got you covered. Horrors of Hibiki on YouTube. Myself, my co-host TJ at Lawmans on X. All the bases are covered. All the weed has been smoked. Barely.
No.
And this has been our very first ever 420 episode. Tannen, before we hit it, my friend, I love you and happy April 20th, pal.
Same to you, sir.